Greetings, Emmanuel community. So glad to see you this day, and we're looking forward to seeing you in person as we regather here at Emmanuel on Sunday, July 5th for Worship Holy Eucharist Rite 2 at 9 a.m. in the church. We've been away from church, the church building, for quite a long time, and we're eager to welcome you back if you feel comfortable and are able. So we prepared this video to allow you to see what to expect when you come to church this Sunday. First, I'd ask you, if you've been out of town recently or aren't feeling well on Sunday, to please self-isolate from church for a couple of Sundays. We want to make sure that we are safe here at church for the whole community. So I invite you, if you're not feeling well or been out of town, to please watch our online worship on our Sunday Nova. But if you are feeling well and ready to come back, the first thing to know is that masks are mandatory according to diocesan guidelines. In order for us to open our church and to regather in the sanctuary, you must wear a mask at all times. Any kind of mask, particularly your medical mask or a cloth mask, are perfectly fine, and bring them with you. If you don't have a mask, we have masks available for you to have at the check-in station when you arrive at church. Today, Sunday's gospel is from the Gospel of Matthew, and it's those comfortable words we hear often as part of the Rite 1 service. Come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. We hope that all of the guidelines and procedures that we have to keep you well and healthy will not feel too burdensome and will feel as an easy yoke. But we invite you to come to this holy space that we love so much. So now I'm going to invite you to continue on in the video with some of the Emmanuel faithful who have been preparing for you to come and see what to expect this coming Sunday morning. The first thing that will happen you will have someone here, probably Brad, take your temperature. And if your temperature is fine, you'll go on to the next phase where you check in. Here you are in line from the parking lot with your masks on, and we have Bob Pay and Barb Crane and Ray Morris to show you how it's done. So you'll be in line, and we'll have a welcome table for you. Today we have Lynn and Terry there. So Bob, why don't you come and check in? So Bob will be checking in, signing his name and his contact information, and this will help us if we hope not there'll be any need for tracing, contact tracing. Bob, then we have a place for clean and used pencils. There is sanitizer, and then a mask if Bob doesn't have a mask, but he does. So he will move towards entering the church. And as he enters the church, he'll be welcomed, and you'll be welcomed by head usher Charlie Croft. We'll follow through the cloister, and Charlie will show Bob where he will sit. And we have prepared pews 7 feet apart, every other pew, with pews for families at both sides of the back and at the front. And for couples and single folk, Charlie will lead you to your pew, and there will be waiting a bulletin for you at your seat. When it's time to leave, that was a short service, Bob. When it's time to leave, Charlie will take you out the back where the offering plate will be by the door where Lynn is standing. Meanwhile, during the service, there'll be no singing except for a cantor and Mark at the organ. But when you come up for communion, you'll come here. There will be a table instead of a chair, and you will take one of these candy wrappers, holy candy wrappers, with your consecrated wafer back to your pew, and we'll all have our wafer at the same time. So church will be church, a little different, but please come and join us as you can.